You see, the thing that gets me is this, right? So, there's Castle Hill, right? And that's the valley that I got the drone guy to fly up, which is a beautiful valley. I want to get the approach to Castle Hill kind of straight on, so it's sort of symmetrical, but it's a bit tricky flying out over this bit. But what gets me is this, right? There, right? Here, right, in the middle. Massive, huge, massive, steep, banked, clearly obvious mound. And if you've ever been to Old Oswestry Street or Maiden Castle or anywhere like that, it is big. Now, the thing is, it's got all trees around it, so you can't really see, right? But when I went and filmed from Dalton Bank over here, right, it's actually so close. You don't ever think of going. When you're in Waterloo, you never think of Leeds Road. But when you're on Dalton Bank and you see the route from here to get to the river, but at Leeds Road, there's the ICI factory or the Zenica factory, and there's kind of like a runway bit that comes out exactly from river to here. And it's not that long, and it's actually not that far at all from the river to there. If there were no fences around Zenica ICI and you walk straight up it, or the middle of it, not far at all. You see, you can sort of drive that way, but it's a bit awkward around the back of Zenica on that complicated road. And you kind of think it was a really complicated sort of route, but it kind of separates it in your mind, separate bits of Huddersfield, but yeah, it's just directly over there. So if we're talking this is significant to get to the river, it's actually really simple, but it's kind of in your mind sort of shut off. Now, what also gets me is this. Here, we've got some trees, but there's nothing there, it's just trees, right? So if you go there, it's not hiding or covering up anything. It's just tree. It just looks high because there's trees there. Whereas this, because there's no trees on the top, you see, if there were trees on the top of here, right, then you would be adding additional height. There would be another section of trees that went up higher, right? Because just think there's no trees growing on the top now. So if you grew trees up higher now, then it'd make it even more kind of pyramid shaped. But because there's not big trees on the top, because there's only houses, it looks level on the top, and then it slopes down at the sides, and you can't even really see the how steep the bank is at all. Where this is just flat here, but it's trees. But because someone has left trees here, in a similar sort of size to what that is, what a coincidence, it kind of disguises it. In fact, that's been made to look lower, while this has been made to look bigger. And then when you look at it, look over there, nothing conspicuous, a patch of trees there, a patch of trees there, right? And then, there's Castle Hill. But in fact, this is as big, if not bigger than Castle Hill. It's just that it's in the valley, not up on the top of the hill, which is kind of funny, if you ask me. But, so that's that. And I will look at, I've just realised that he just happened to turn the drone around. And when I was making that video, I didn't want any footage of this area. And now I've realised that he did actually just happen to film it from here. So you can look on Google Maps, but it doesn't look as 3D from Google Maps. Those Dalton Bank photos are quite good. So that's that, And this is a funny thing, right? I'm gonna go there because I haven't actually been there. Why? Right, massive back. And the thing is, right, this is what gets me, right? If you were going to build people some nice houses on the top of, in brackets, ancient mysterious site, possibly called Warriors Tomb on old maps, right? If you were going to build some, working class people a nice housing estate on the top of a, long lost forgotten ancient monument of possible national significance to the biggest tribe in the entire country at the time of the Roman invasion, right? if you're going to build some houses on there to lift them up in the world, right? Why wouldn't you give them a nice view at the same time? But what's happened is somebody planted trees around it. We don't know who, whether it was John William Ramsden or whether it was Richard Beaumont or whoever, we don't know. Planted trees around it, and all those people who live in those houses can't see nothing. Because I've been up there, you can't see out because the trees are blocking all the... And actually, when you're on that hill, if you kind of look through the trees, it is actually another amazing surrounding view. Right in the middle of a kind of... it puts you in the middle of kind of like a little valley thing, and it would be absolutely amazing. And you can't even see the houses looking at you properly. That's the thing. Then you think in your mind, oh, well, yeah, but they've protected the bank side with the trees. Yeah, but we're building housing on state on there, but we'll protect the woodland, but you've just built on the top of... How do we know what we're on there if we can't excavate it properly? And when Varley started excavating Castle Hill, well, war broke out. World War broke out when Varley started excavating Castle Hill. And then afterwards, conspicuously get some houses built on there. But, get this, these people over here, what we'll do is, let's have a little piece of land blocked off to keep greenery and not build any houses on it. Oh, look, we've left them some trees. How about, why didn't they just build there, right? And how about, why did they just not build on the top of the, ancient warriors' tomb embankment? Well, look, the housing estate there perfectly would fit in there. I know we've left him some trees. Well, if you're going to leave some trees anywhere, why not leave it on, possibly, most next significant site to, Maiden Castle or Sisbury Ring. And the thing is, right, from here to Castle Hill is 3.5 kilometres, right? And Sisbury Ring and Chanterbury Ring are 3.5 to 4 kilometres apart as well. Oh, what a coincidence. Sisbury Ring, Hill Fort and Chanterbury Ring, where the mine and quarry Flint next to the sea at Worthing, just happened to be 3.5 to 4 kilometres apart. What a coincidence. Castle Hill and this Warriors Tomb just happened to be 3.5 to 4 kilometres apart. What a coincidence. And then there's a river next to it that sails to the sea at Hull and possibly around the coast to Worthing. What a coincidence. You see, what I want to know is, and also during the war, and what a coincidence, Sisbury Ring Hill Fort just happens to have massive amounts of archaeological evidence about flint mines and quarries supplied to the whole of England. What happened when this war kicked off? What got kicked off when Valley started excavating here? They rammed tanks up and down Sisbury Ring Hill Fort. We'll use it for training. Raz tanks all over the damn thing and shredded it to pieces. Oh, no archaeology. With as much archaeological evidence as we can have, try digging up an entire housing development. Don't build them there. Or save them a little bit woodland, and you can write us over a second hill fort off if you want. After Varley's finished digging wells in it, and God knows, even though there were multiple wells on the other parts of the hill fort. Strangely enough, there's some old wells all around the hill fort, little ones. So why has Varley dug a massive well out on the top of it and said he's found a well? Shred up more of the top of it. Then we'll build a tower on there and a put up wells. What else can we do to completely and totally vandalise any chances of finding out where anything was on it? Any roundhouses or anything, what's left of them?